Hi, I'm Miss Teresa, and welcome back to Make It Monday here at the Box Springs Library. Today we're going to make these cute little pumpkin for your Thanksgiving table. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so to get started, let's go over some materials you're going to need. You're going to need the Flex foil duct. You can get this at your hardware store. The one I got is 4 inches by 8 inches. Sorry, 4 inches by 8 feet. This will make 4 pumpkins because your pumpkin's only going to need 2 feet. Okay. You're going to need a yardstick or a ruler. You're going to need some paper, newspaper, anything like that you don't mind painting on that's gonna get a little dirty, so that way you can throw it away. You're going to need some small plates, paper plates or foam plates. That way you can put your paint in. Again, something that you don't mind that's going to get dirty. You're going to need some cinnamon sticks. These I just got at the local grocery store. And then you're going to need, of course, some paint brushes. And you're going to need your trusty glue gun and some glue sticks. And you're going to need some paint. You're going to get whatever paint matches your decor at your house. So if you have a very elegant tablescape and you were wanting to do all gold, you could do gold, you could do silver, you could do white, you could do traditional, which is what we're going to do today, which is the orange. For the accent colors, I did do a brown and a green. You can get these little containers at Walmart. Again, they're like 50 cents to $1, depends on who makes them, but this goes a long way and they'll get all your pumpkins done. You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need some wire cutters to cut the wire on your duct, because there is a wire that goes through there. If you have a good set of heavy-duty kitchen shears, if they will cut bone, they will probably cut your wire, but just in case, so keep that in mind. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take your duct and you're going to stretch it out, because you see it's all compressed right now. So you're just going to pull it out and make sure your sections are good and wide and separated to the full. And you're going to cut 2 feet, so 24 inches. And we just cut around, and you can see where it's still connected at. And we're going to get the wire cutters and finish cutting that part out. See, there we go. We got it. I don't have the best wire cutters, but work with what you got. So we have this now. We're going to take this extra because we have enough for 2 more. And we're going to put it back in the box, so it's all self-contained. Get my wire cutters on out of the way, because I don't need them anymore. And then we're going to get our hot glue gun, and we're going to bend this, and we're going to glue this together so it creates our little pumpkin. Okay, so give me a moment, let me get my hot glue gun going. So while our hot glue gun gets heated, we're going to get our plate, and whatever color you decide to do your tablescape in, that's what color you're going to do your pumpkin in. So get your paint ready. Like I said, we're going to do a traditional one today, so we're going to use the orange, And then our accent colors are the brown and the green. And then, let me move this out of the way. I have some already on a plate over here. So you can see I have the orange, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of green. To do your whole pumpkin, you will need quite a bit of orange. If you're doing whatever color you're going to do your base color in, whatever color you want your pumpkin in, then that's what color you're going to need the most in. And then on your paint brushes, I would suggest a sponge brush, so that way you can get all around it, and then go back with a regular brush for all the details at the top, because the wiring is tighter at the top. Once we glue it together, it's going to need a smaller brush to get in between the wiring and stuff. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We don't need the scissors anymore, so let's move them on out of the way. Check on our hot glue gun. And it's almost there. So if you were doing gold or a different color, you could do that. Paint your whole pumpkin that color, and then add your accent color, whatever accent colors you wanted. If you wanted white or pink or whatever, and you can also add rhinestones or glitter. It gives a more shimmery effect to it. But if you're going traditional, which is what we're going to do today, whenever you paint it orange, let it dry for a couple hours. You don't have to really worry about the bottom, because the bottom sits on the table. Nobody's going to see beyond this point. So you want to keep that in mind. So whenever you lift, see where my finger's at, that's only where you're going to see the paint. So you don't really have to worry about this too much. So I really wouldn't paint that unless you just want to. But if you do paint this, paint your top first and your sides, let them dry, flip it over, and then paint your bottom. Otherwise, it's going to be sticking to your paper, and you don't want that to happen, okay? So whenever you go into paint, like I said, because these are very tight whenever we glue it together, you're going to use your sponge for all of this part. But whenever you get up in here, see how tight it is? You're going to use your paintbrush to get up and into the creases. If you can see the creases, you're going to use this paintbrush to get in between these parts, and then down in there, okay? So our glue gun is ready. We're going to put some glue. Please be careful whenever you're doing this. I would suggest using a low temperature glue, so that way you make sure that you're not going to accidentally burn yourself, because hot glue is very, very hot. This part definitely needs an adult to do. Gluing it. You can have the kids help you paint it, but as far as gluing it, I would suggest only adults do that, okay? So we're going to put some glue all around the inside of our pumpkin, or our, right now it's the foil vent. We're going to put, or the ducking, we're going to put glue all around the ducking on the inside, and then on the edge of the frame as well, and then we'll glue them together, okay? And we're just going to take the two ends and have them meet. And you will need to hold it there for a few minutes, okay? All I'm doing is squeezing this seam together. Give it a little hold. And you're going to have to hold it for a few minutes to make sure it's good and stuck. Okay, so you can see my seam is good and stuck. If any glue does come out like it did here, you can cut it off, peel it off, however you want to do it. I just scrape mine off with my fingernail. So that's good. So you can see it has the pumpkin shape to it. So now we will paint the pumpkin, okay? So like I said, get a good sponge brush and get quite a bit on there. And then you're just going to dab it on. And then work it in there in the crevices. And continue down, and you're going to do this all the way around the pumpkin, okay? And for fast forward purposes, this is what it looks like whenever it's done. And you can see I did not worry about painting my bottom because again it's not going to show whenever it sits on the table like this, okay? So I went back and I added some brown details around here and added a little green. That's up to you if you want to add that. And now I'm going to add a little gold just because I want it to have a little shimmer to it. And not a lot. You really don't need a lot. And actually I brushed most of it off. And where this wire is, that's where I'm going to brush the gold at. Just give it just a little shine to it. Now, like I said, you don't have to do this. This is totally optional. But I think it adds a little extra to it. And you could use real pumpkins on your tablescape, but this will keep, you don't have to worry about it possibly going bad, because some years pumpkins seem to go bad faster than other years. And by doing it this way, you really don't have to worry about that. And then it's something that you can use year after year, especially if you have your kids help you. It's something that they can remember. It's a keepsake. And it's something they can have to know that they helped set your table off. So we're just adding some gold throughout. That way it gives it a little shine. Like I said, you don't have to do this. It's purely optional. But if you add a little gold, just make sure you really move it on your pumpkin, because you don't want it big clumps of gold. You just want to give it that little shimmer and shine to it, okay? So our next step will be to add our cinnamon stick. We're just going to put that right in the center. And you can try to work it in as much as you can. It should hold pretty good. If you want to add a little hot glue to the end of it, you can do that. But just push it in and give it a little wiggle. It should hold pretty good, but we are going to put a little hot glue on there. Into the center. Now, if you don't have any cinnamon sticks, or you can't find any cinnamon sticks, a twig from your yard will work if you want. So you just want something to be the little stem for your pumpkin. And then we're going to add a couple little fall leaves up here. to give it the rest of the fall feel to it. You can also use real leaves from your yard as well to give it a more authentic feel. Be right back. So we have the red and the yellow. We're going to use the yellow. I like the yellow on it, especially with the gold. So we're just going to glue the yellow leaves down, and that gives it a little extra fall flair to it. So we're just going to put a little glue here and just a dollop of glue on the inside. And we're going to set that right there. Now you can glue these down on your pumpkin as well. That glue gun does not want to cooperate, guys. Alright, so that is our fall pumpkin. I hope you enjoy. I hope you had fun making these pumpkins for your Thanksgiving table. They're a perfect activity for a family to get together and decorate for the upcoming holidays. Just a reminder that next week on November 8th through the 12th is International Game Week. We'll be having activities at the library all week long, so come by with your family and participate. So until next time, bye.